Hello everyone. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? We're gonna have some fun. This is kind of the prequel to The Art of Rescue Made Easy. Or Art Made Easy, however you want to phrase that. There's a really terrible glare in my glasses and I don't know how to fix that. I've closed windows, I've done all the things, but it's not working. So we're just going to deal with it. So let's take a breath. I'm a little nervous and I apologize for that. And it makes me think of Eleanor Roosevelt when she said, I think she said something like, do something that scares you every day or challenges you every day. And I like that. I like that a lot. I think that if we do that, we just grow from that and we gain strength and courage and confidence in the very next thing, whatever that next thing is. And that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna build some confidence. So it doesn't matter your skill level, your experience. We just want to have some fun and really, really make a difference here. And so that part of you are probably thinking, so what is the Art of Rescue? Why the Art of Rescue? You probably hear my dogs in the background rustling around. The Art of Rescue, the whole purpose for the Art of Rescue is to, well, maybe not the whole purpose, but primarily the purpose is to get the word out there, to let people know that we are here. We are here for these dogs and that they matter, that they are a voice for us. And how we're doing that is through a visual arts. Visual arts. Let's see everybody's dog. Let's see what that means to them up on the wall, in the pub down the street, in an event, at an event, on websites, wherever. And do not be intimidated about that. Your artwork does not have to be perfect. We're not here for perfection. We're here to showcase our heart and our rescue dog, whatever that dog is, whether it's a boxer or a Pomeranian. We don't care, because that's not what it's about. I shouldn't say we, I'm speaking for myself actually. I think they all matter and they all need a voice. That relationship that we have with that dog is irreplaceable. There is nothing like it. It is everything. So that's kind of why the visual. And let me talk a little bit about the rescue and how important that is to me. I honestly would do just about anything for Northwest Boxer Rescue. I've been with the rescue for many years, and in the last 3 years, really, we have just an incredible movement going. Not to say that years before that we did not do wonderful things, but in the last 3 years, the transformation of getting involved in the community and helping the community become involved with us is just so cool and so fun. So what was I gonna say? Rescue is different for everyone. Everyone has a different experience and a different skill set, just like art. Some of us can walk into say a shelter and pull a dog that really needs the help, that really needs a place to go in the medical, and we can we can do that. Others, there's so many things we can do. We can transport, we can work behind the scenes, we can do social media, we can mail things, we can, did I say transport? Did I say foster? Did I say fundraise? Did I say paint a picture? We can do anything, and it just, as long as we do something. I think that's what we want to do, is just to make a difference for these dogs, because they don't have a voice and they need a voice. So that's it. There's something I was thinking about in what your skill set is, I guess it just doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the dogs do. I mean, we do things. Yes, we do pull dogs from shelters. Yes, we take owner surrenders. Of course we do. And we do all the medical that they need. But sometimes it's just a person that needs a little help, a little helping hand with their dog, whether that's to help with their medical care or to help find them that forever home that they need because of the circumstances they are in. And we're not going to judge that. I mean, we might think about it for a minute, but we're not going to judge that because we are not walking in their shoes. So the dog is what matters. It matters. So let's have some fun, and let me grab my syllabus and get back on the actual topic. But if you're interested in volunteering or doing anything, just, send me an email or a message, or any of us in the rescue, because we're all everyone is so incredible. What a great team of volunteers we have, and supporters, all our financial supporters. That was the other thing I was going to say, is for some people you can go into a situation where someone needs to surrender their dog for whatever situation, or you can't, but you can foster, and you can or you can financially support the rescue because you're busy with your career or your children or whatever. That's okay. Do what you can to make a difference. Anyway, so what you're gonna need is a photo of your dog for this class, whatever that is. This photo we're gonna use this is a photocopy, and you can do that from your phone. Whatever photo you have that really touches your heart, that really shows us or you, tells you, because this is a very personal thing, what that dog means to you. This is a great example just because I know that when I'm trying to get pictures of my dogs, they're all over the place. But if I hold a treat up, they're gonna look at me. Except Mickey, she's always looking at me. Where are you going? What are you doing? When are you coming back? So that's what we're gonna need. And then we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Then we're going to need a canvas or some kind of substrate that we will be painting on, whatever that is. So this just happens to be just a regular stretch canvas that you can pick up just about anywhere. And this is a 12 by 12. So there's that. There's the harder type canvas that you can pick up at pretty much anywhere, Staples or Walmart or wherever. I think you can pick the other ones up there as well, or any art supply store, if you don't happen to have that on hand. So that is that. Let's see. Of course, you're going to need your printer, and you're going to need copy paper. That kind of goes without saying, but I thought I probably should throw that in there. You need a soft leaded pencil, which is just basically, I use an HB because the reason for the soft lead is because you're going to be tracing that image onto your canvas using what's next, graphite paper. And all graphite paper is, if you don't know, this is graphite on one side and it's just kind of shiny on the other. You can generally tell the difference, but if you don't have graphite paper, you can use this soft leaded pencil. I have a fan going, so everything wants to be blowing around everywhere. You can use your soft leaded pencil to basically, you're going to cover the back of whatever it is you're tracing with marks of this soft leaded pencil, so that when you put it down and you trace around, this that is on here is actually going to go to your canvas. Hopefully that makes sense. Then any art medium you would like. It doesn't matter. I chose acrylics because they are quick, they're easy, they are easy cleanup, they're readily available, and they're very forgiving. So acrylic paints, any brand, it doesn't matter. These just happen to be Deco Art. My goodness, I think I have, I just pick them up anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can get them just about anywhere. This one's like Apple Barrel, craft stores, anywhere. They're just easy to get your hands on. But you can use pastels or crayons, colored pencils, charcoal, markers, paint pens. There's also paint pens, and they're fun. Easy to get. Yeah, watercolors, little tricky. Watercolors are a little tricky, but in kind of a different thing. Gesso I have on the list because gesso is kind of a prep for your canvas. And if you're using a different substrate than a canvas, say you're using just a piece of wood, or maybe even, I don't know if I can pick this up, but just say the back of a book or something. You know, it's just a hard surface, but you want to use that because it's sturdy, and you can use that surface, but you're gonna have to prep it. Gesso is basically it is just a thick paint with gypsum in it that makes it makes the surface smoother and more archival, if you will, especially if you're using something that isn't traditional. That's probably gonna fall on my face. Oh gosh. Okay, so that's that. You're going to want a ruler, because if you need to enlarge this onto a larger canvas, which this is an 8.5 by 11, and this particular canvas is a 12 by 12. What we're going to be doing with this is cutting it up into 4 equal parts, enlarging it on our printer, and then transferring it onto our canvas. And we'll go into that more later. But basically, here are the 4 equal parts that don't make any sense when you look at them, but when we put them together, they will. We will be using these equal parts to enlarge. So my printer, for example, is roughly for every 10% of enlargement, or is for every inch of enlargement is about 10% increase on the printer. So this image is 100%. Oops, let's go that way. 100%. We want to go say 130 to 140%, because I don't necessarily want all this background in there. I want to just and have primarily this. So I'm going to go just a teensy bit bigger, like 140%, to get that to fit on that canvas. Hopefully that makes sense. If you are using a frame canvas, have something to put behind it. You know, a book behind it, just so that it makes your surface just a little bit easier to deal with. So you're not, you know, punching too hard on your canvas with when you're tracing. That's just a little tip. And this is let's see what else. I better stay with I can easily get distracted. So let's not do that. You know, paintbrushes. Any paintbrush will do, old or new, preferably just a little bit smaller. Paintbrush that you paint your house, maybe in this particular situation, is probably not the best thing because they're just so big. Like, I don't know, maybe you want to do giant canvas and we'll just, I'd like to do that. That's fun. That's fun. We've done that. We could do that. So we've got our graphite paper. We've got that. I did have some Uhu glue. You can use this. It's just because it's a quick dry. It's archival. Sorry, I can't even talk. Archival, and it's a water wash up. So it's real clean, easy glue. That's gonna put our paper together, those 4 quadrants, to make the whole piece. Tape is so that you can tape your image to the canvas so it's not moving around when you're tracing it onto the canvas. Because, for example, things are blowing all around. My graphite paper is blowing everywhere. This is what it's going to look like. Your photo, this is a small, hard canvas that you can just get at Walmart. And then this is it. Let's wait for a minute. Traced on. And then that's our beginning. We're going to go from there with that. How easy is that? Then you're gonna want a nice beverage. I'll probably have tea because my allergies are killing me. My throat is absolutely raw. So grab some tea or some water or a glass of wine. Bring your heart, a happy smile, and laughter, because laughter cures perfection. I have that written right on here. It really does. So we don't want perfect. We don't have accidents. We don't have mistakes. They are happy accidents, because often if we make a wrong move, a wrong swirl, a wrong something, it's going to turn out to be just fine. I think I skipped it that you want scissors because you're going to cut that image. Scissors or a box knife or a rotary cutter or, goodness sakes, anything that's sharp that will cut smoothly and evenly, because you don't want those 4 quadrants to be rough. Okay, so that was, I digress, but I did kind of miss that. And also probably an eraser that is white rather than colored, because when you're erasing, you just don't want to get any color that you have to deal with later to fix on your canvas. So having said all of that, I also I'm sure you're wondering what is going on in the background here. What I have back here is one on the top. This is a 16 by 16. And that was taken from, let me move this chair out of the way and get up. So this was taken by an 8.5 by 11 and just enlarged. This is not what we're gonna be doing. This is actually collage. So it's little bits of paper that have been torn that I've just glued together to create this image. So that's all it is. It's just paper, colored paper. This one is just an example to show you that it doesn't matter what color you use or how you do it. I mean, come on, it's a pink and purple boxer. How cute is that? And fun. So, and not difficult. It's not difficult. Go back there. Please go back there. This poor guy, he's a little sad. I'm not going to bring him up close. Well, I will, just because. What the heck? We don't make mistakes. So he's pretty sad. He's a pretty sad looking boxer. I put this one on here so they could kind of like, yeah, you got to fix that face. But it was just kind of fun to put a boxer in a rescue raft. So that's what that is. This one is one in the works that I will probably do in oils. I was just kind of laying it out to see what I liked, if I liked it. And this is just it's Mickey and Henry, just a little bit of a composition that I thought I might do something with. I don't know. This is another example of what you can do. This is an old oil painting that I did back in the 80s, which I never finished. It was just stuck in my shed and I pulled it out. Trust me, I'm not a painter, but and then I just cut out some graphic art and glued it on with the Uhu just temporarily, and then I'll go in and add some details and get that collaged on there and just make it fun. So anything you want to do, that's what we're gonna do. Get your drink, bring your heart, and let's have some fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.